Ooh.
Now my wife is going to put it back on with one hand.
That's what I can't do because of my strength of my arms. But anybody else could do that. But even that is just easy for us to do. That's what I like.
Can you tell the camera that?
Well, no, I'm not looking.
Don't tell me. I already know that it's light.
I just told JP no. I can't do that.
It's that easy. Just stand here and say that it's light.
Super light, honey. Is that what you want to hear?
No, you have to tell the camera.
No, I'm not looking at the camera.
Look at the camera and tell the camera.
Super light.
Cut. Again, you walk in front of the camera.
Okay.
I guess the question is, when it comes to when we do this type of thing, would we buy the product ourselves? You know, it's nice that it's sent out to us, that we get to try it. Would I be a repeat customer? Hey everybody, Jamie from the Marine Doctors YouTube channel, and today we're going to talk about the LiTime battery. I was approached by Gary a while back, about a month and a half ago, about brand sponsorship for, well, obviously the LiTime battery. I discussed it back and forth with a few emails, and we came up with the idea that I would use it as a shop battery instead of the traditional way of putting it in a boat and seeing how long it lasts for. So we were to use this battery outside the typical scope that a person would use it. We'd use it for starting engines, charging batteries, using it on our lift, anything we could think of. It was greenlit by Gary at LiTime. So we set about getting this up and running. Now, let's talk about customer service first, because it really matters. They originally sent me the wrong battery. They sent me a 100 amp hour battery, which was the wrong designation for what I wanted it for. I wanted something to use as a cranking battery, as well as something that I could use as a house battery, so to run electronics and things like that. Unfortunately, the 100 amp hour battery that they originally sent to me wasn't capable of starting. Yes, it could be used as a starting battery, but that's not what its prime directive was. So I emailed Gary, and they sent me out this second battery along with a charger, because I didn't have a charger at the time, to help me out prior to me even sending the other one back, which I thought was fantastic. They trusted me with their battery. If they can trust me on this end, we can definitely trust them on the other side of things. So when this battery arrived, we downloaded the app onto the phone, which was, it's pretty straightforward. It shows us the voltage, the amount of time that's left on the battery, the rate of discharge, the wattage of discharge that it's running at. So they're all great features that this has. So Punch It Rick and I put it to use immediately. We actually hooked it up to our Hoist first to see how it would perform on there. You know, kind of baby steps. So there wasn't a huge draw on that. I think maybe 23 amps, easily handled by this battery. After that, we graduated to something that was a little more extreme. We had an engine come in that was having starting issues, and any lead acid battery that we hooked up to it, it didn't want to seem to work properly. So we would turn the key, the engine would cycle through, or the starter would cycle through and just completely kick out. What was happening was there was a voltage drop from the starter that was registering on the ECM that would kick out the fuel pump and the electronics on the engine and not allow it to start. So what we did was we hooked up this bad boy. So that comes in around 13.2 volts instead of the regular 12.6, so we were starting at a higher voltage. And what we were trying to see was, would this battery, instead of a lead acid battery, be able to hold the voltage higher, which is what the ECM was looking for, and keep the electronics turned on. Unfortunately, that was a bust. It didn't work. It turned out that the starter was just drawing far too much power, and it was even dropping this down to 8 to 9 volts. So on to our next test. The next major test was us taking this battery and dropping it into a boat that was having issues with a parasitic drain. A parasitic drain is a draw on the battery that we need to locate. It could be coming from accessories, it could be coming from the engine, it could be from electronics. Something is causing the battery to discharge constantly. So what the app and this battery allowed us to do, because we can, of course, again, Bluetooth to this battery, we could hook up the individual wires on the battery, on the terminals, and what we would watch for was to see when we saw a draw on the battery. We hooked up the large engine and noted that the app was reading 2.3 amps of a draw. So we needed to look on the engine to find out where that draw was coming from. The first thing we did was we unhooked the alternator, and lo and behold, it dropped down to standby and read 0. Fantastic. We found the parasite, or the parasitic drain. It was coming from the alternator. We ordered a new alternator, put it on, rechecked it with the app and the same battery, of course, and it was fixed. We use this battery almost exclusively every day now. We used to use the NOCO. NOCO was a fantastic product, but it would always overheat and it would run out of power when we really needed it. So if we had extended times of cranking, the NOCO would let us down. It's great for its purpose. Its purpose is if you just need a boost or checking trailer lights, for example, it works fantastic. We just put it on override and it's good to go. But for long-term cranking and running of engines and so on and so forth, this is a much better alternative. What's been happening an awful lot this year is customers have been showing up with either dead batteries or no battery in their boats at all. You'd be amazed. They just have no understanding that it's one of the main things that we need here when we test their boats. So 3/4 of the way through the day, it's really hot outside, you know, you're kind of running on empty and you look inside of a boat and there's no battery there, and you've got to carry a lead acid battery out there and put it in just to check compression or something like that. It's draining for us to do that. So when this was offered to me, and actually the first one that I got, the 100 amp one, it was fantastic because it was 22 pounds. This one's 33, so it's a little bit heavier, but it's still nowhere near the weight of a lead acid battery. Rick and I actually created this to bolt on, and using Anderson clamps, clip it together with the other side of this and hook it directly into someone's boat, which is probably where the other side of this is right now because I couldn't find it. So my wife and I, the one that you hear laughing sometimes in the background, is going to help me find it in hopefully one of the boats that's still here, and hopefully it's not out fishing. So to show you guys how light this battery is, my wife is going to come over here and lift it.
Ooh.
Now my wife is going to put it back on with one hand.
That's what I can't do because of my strength of my arms. But anybody else could do that. But even that is just easy for us. Right? That's what I like.
Can you tell the camera that?
What? No, I'm not looking.
Don't tell me. I already know that it's light.
I just told JP no. I can't do that.
It's that easy. Just stand here and say that it's light.
Super light, honey. Is that what you want to hear?
No, you have to tell the camera.
No, I'm not looking at the camera.
Look at the camera and tell the camera.
Super light.
Cut. Again, you walk in front of the camera.
Okay,
Well, not now. You were gonna walk in front of it again.
Yeah, that's what, like, for me, that's what I like most about it. I don't know anything about it, but that's what I would do. As a selling feature for a woman to buy. For their babies.
4,000 to 6,000 cycles versus lead acid batteries of 400 to 600. So you can drain this right down and it'll come back thousands of times. My wife only likes it because it weighs virtually nothing for her to lift, and she believes it's a great selling point. Truck.
Yeah, because men are on the boat and, oh, honey, can you go grab that? I can't, but now I can.
My wife wants to retrieve your battery.
Yeah.
Is what I just got from what she said.
Does that make sense though, hon?
Yeah, I guess yes. If we have to send the kids up or someone that isn't overly strong, they can definitely carry this down to the lake or to the, or take it up top to be charged or whatever they need to do.
Or
yes.
you buy two, one in the boat, one that close by, and then you just always have it. Because then you can keep going because you don't have to recharge it, right?
Well, you still have to charge them.
Yeah, but if you have two, one in the boat and another one aside, hey, I'm stuck. Can you go
So you're gonna have one in the boat and then you're gonna swap them back and forth.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely an idea. Or listen to this. Check this out. You could run an extension cord from the cabin down to the boat and plug it in, honey. A charger. and charge it while it's on the boat.
Oh yeah, but my cabin is 20 miles away. No, that's silly.
Oh, if the cabin's 20 miles away. So
Yeah.
what you're saying is you buy two, use my code TMD8, buy two.
Yeah, so now you have a backup.
Charge one and leave it at the campground or your cabin,
Yeah.
right? And then swap them. Because as you saw, my wife, she lifted this with no problem. She used to be a bodybuilder.
Oh, that has nothing to do
I have
with
to add that caveat. So she's old strong now.
yeah, it's real.
But yeah, that's definitely an option. So you could buy two with code TMD8. So is this for everybody?
Only if you try it. As soon as you try it, it's gonna be for
Yeah.
everybody.
She's right. If you know someone that has one of these, a LiTime, go and check it out. 100%. You'll be sold. It didn't take long for me and Rick to sit down and go, you know what? That's the answer. And that's the answer that should have came a long time ago, rather than lead acid batteries. Would I buy one myself? 100%. I'm probably gonna throw one into my camper. I know for sure, I know, because Rick has talked about it many times, if I start paying him more money, he's gonna buy one.
I'll put that in there.
Well, that's good, that's good. It's not good to put that in there? Well, they are more expensive though than lead acid batteries. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, we're in a world where everyone's used lead acid for so long that they've become accustomed to paying $100 to $200 for a battery.
No different than coffee, Jimmy's or Starbucks.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't drink coffee, but there is a difference, and the difference is this is lighter. This has an app. You know from the app where you are with life left in the battery, right?
Those are key features.
Definitely, yeah, they're
But
key
you don't
features.
get that out of the other batteries.
You
so-
don't get that out of lead acid, no.
So there you go. There's your great selling point.
Well, she says it's a great selling point, so I guess it is.
It is. And I don't know nothing about that.
So Rick obviously wants to get a bigger one. I think he said 260 or 320 amps, so they're available in this size as larger versions as well. And he's pretty excited because I think if he gets that, he can actually, if he puts two of them together, he might be able to run his air conditioner. But that's punch it Rick talk. That's not my talk. I'm talking about we use these in boats. He's using his in his camper. You don't like that either?
No, we're not talking about camping. We're talking about boats.
I know, but it can be used for that.
Later on, you can say, hey, guess what? I found another use for this battery. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
You don't do it all at once, GP.
and it's camping.
Oh my God, GP.
I have to make this video a certain length, and you're giving me gold to do it.
Come on.
You are.
Well, it makes no sense. Like,
Oh my goodness. I should have her sitting here, and we should be talking back and forth.
no. I'll sit to that. But no, seriously, like when you're selling that, that's what I would do. Gradually get to that other stuff. You're doing the boats.
So okay, so when a customer comes in, I get excited about these batteries. I do, because they're light. We have the app. What else, honey? I said they're light. They have the app. The cycles for discharge are 4,000 to 6,000. They're outside of there being a little bit more expensive than a lead acid battery. There's no other reason that anyone should be running this. Oh wait, there is. There is. There is a downside, and I actually came up with the use of the app. I was able to actually take care of the downside. Older boats don't have a way to regulate the current once this is fully charged. This has a BMS that's built into it. Once it's fully charged, it won't accept the charge anymore. So if the engine is pushing current out, we can burn out the stator or we can burn out the regulator, because this basically says, no, I don't want any more. So that's a huge downfall. There's a way around that. And yes, I realize the internet's gonna scream and say, you gotta be careful, you gotta be careful. But you know what? It's where the app comes in. The app tells you how much life is left on the battery, right? So if you're going out and your battery's at 80% and you're driving around the lake, every once in a while, recheck the app and see where you're at. If the app says you're at 85%, well, you've got 15% left. Okay, let's wrap this up. Would I buy this battery? Yes. Would Rick buy this battery? Rick's gonna buy 2. Would my wife buy this battery?
Yes.
Louder.
Yes.
Yes. So there you have it. That's 3 yeses. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you want to support the channel, purchase one of these batteries. That would be fantastic. Use my code TMD8 so that I get a little bit of money. It doesn't cost you guys anything more. I just get a little percentage of
Don't
what
say that.
I have to.
Why?
You have to disclose on YouTube. Thanks. Now I have to do it again.
I'll do it again.